Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JWP Activities Eligibility Online Meeting. I am Ryan Lipke, Activities Director and Community Ed Coordinator, and I will be taking you through this online meeting. But before we get started, I want to cover two things. One, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. I know time is a very precious commodity, and so I thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this. And second, please stick around at the end because I'll ask you to do one more thing at the very end. So let's get into the show. First, my mission. My mission in this job and in life is to leave a positive impact on students' lives through sports and activities, all while living juiced. And if you ask yourself, what is juice? It is jacked up intensity, contagious enthusiasm. Why? Because when you meet somebody that's positive, that positivity rubs off on you and you cannot help but be positive. Now, what does a student need? A student needs a physical that can be taken every 3 years. Just bring to the office, or you can upload it online through our registration. 2, 3, and 4 are taken care of when you register. Just make sure you click all those boxes. 5 is the impact concussion test that can be taken here in Janesville at the school, and that needs to be updated every 2 years. Also, fees need to be paid on at the time of registry. And if you cannot pay the fee, please communicate with myself or Nancy. You will get our information at the end of this. But please communicate if you cannot pay, because we want all students to be able to participate in whatever activity it is. So please communicate with us and we'll get your student taken care of. Concussions. Concussions have been a big deal these past couple years, and that's fair. But I want to let you all know that the coaches have to complete a concussion training online every 3 years, so they are staying up to date. I truly believe that the Minnesota State High School League has been doing a great job of keeping our coaches updated throughout the years. Concussions. They have a baseline test, which is an impact test that they need every 2 years. It's free of charge, and we can take it right here at JWP. If they happen to have a suspected concussion, please stay out of the activity and seek medical attention. Our coaches, again, are very well trained in concussions, but parents and guardians know their kids the best. So if they're acting a little different, if they're sensitive to light, if they're having headaches, please take them to the doctor and see what's going on. If a concussion is diagnosed, we need the student to complete a stepwise process. We'll cover that in the next slide. And then finally, to get them back to playing or doing what they're doing, they need to have a written notice from the doctor here. So what is that stepwise process? Well, it is 5 stages, and the first stage they complete when they have no symptoms for 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, they are eligible to move on to the next stage, but that's only after they are symptom-free for 24 hours. Then each stage, there's 24 hours in between. So once you're done with stage 1, which is no symptoms for 24 hours, you move on to stage 2, where you can light exercise, which is bike, jog for 10 to 15 minutes. After 24 hours of that, stage 3, after 24 hours, stage 4, and after that, so on and so forth. You reach stage 6, where you can return to games. But please remember, 24 hours in between each stage. So now, how can we follow the dogs? Well, JWP website under Activities and Athletics. You can like the JWP Facebook page to stay updated on everything JWP related. The coaches and advisors will communicate through the websites, emails, texts, social media, and your students. And also the calendar that is on our website. Click on the date. In the right-hand corner, click on the Notify Me symbol. You can get texts or emails. Activity handbook, and where can you find that? That is found on JWP website. Then you click on the banner that says Activity and Athletics. Activities homepage, left-hand side of the page, click on the Activities Handbook to find it. You will find that all of these things are covered. Our code of conduct, which is chemical, academic, attendance, and behavioral, And just note that no alcohol, tobacco, or controlled substances are allowed for high school activities. So, chemical abuse for athletics. The first violation is 2 consecutive contests or 14 calendar days. The second one, 6 consecutive contests or 21 days. And the third is right here. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Chemical abuse for fine arts. First violation is for 1 activity. Second violation is for 2 activities. And the third violation is for 4 activities. This is just a bylaw stating that if a student has chemical abuse or abuses a chemical, they have to complete that entire season for the penalty to count. So, for example, volleyball. Somebody gets caught doing something they shouldn't. They have to sit out 2 contests or 14 calendar days, whichever is greater. And then if they don't complete that volleyball season, if they don't finish that volleyball season, then that rolls over into the next season of play. So then that would roll over into the basketball season if they were a basketball player. If you transfer or change residence, please let the office know. It's really only for going into 9th grade, but please, please, please let the office know because we have to complete some paperwork so everybody is good to go. Academic eligibility. So if a student fails at the end of the quarter, again, that's failing at the end of the quarter, they will not be allowed to participate in 1 event or for 1 week, whatever is longer. Then 2 is 3 events, 3 weeks. 3 plus grades is 5 events or 5 weeks, whatever is longer. So hint is study and let's stay on top of our grades. Again, this is at the end of the quarter. For fine arts, 1 failing grade is the next fine art activity. 2 failing grades is 2, and then 3 plus is 3 fine arts activities. Now, if they are failing at midterm, making the grade sheet, and this is props to Jeff Adams for coming up with this, is a sheet that they have to come into the office and grab and then go out to their teachers and have them sign off on it. And then I am going to add to it how they are going to make the grade to get a passing grade. How are they going to do that, right? And it's going to require them writing a sentence and not just put the word study. I want them to write down how they will accomplish this. But yes, they have to communicate with their teachers and their coaches in order to participate. Attendance policy basically equals just go to school and you'll be fine. But if you can't, say you're an illness, and if you want to play in that activity or participate in that activity, you have to be in school and on time for the first hour that comes right after lunch, and then be there for the remainder of the day to participate in that activity. Students that leave with a sickness, not eligible to participate, unexcused absence, can't participate, detentions, go to detention, serve the detention, and then go to practice, or talk to your teacher, work it out with the teacher, serve the detention in the morning, still make to practice or your activity. Now, everybody's favorite is the chain of command and how things get communicated. If players are having trouble with anything, please, please, please see the coach face to face. 1, it's a good skill to have, and 2, it's learning to talk to the coach. The coach might not know some of the things that your student is feeling, so please let the player talk to the coach. Now, I want this to be face-to-face and not in a text. Why? Because we're working on those communication skills for the students. Then, if we're still not happy after the player contacts the coach, parents, then you contact the coach. And I again stress either a phone call or face-to-face. Why? Because in a text or in an email, a text or email sometimes can be taken out of context. Some things are said in a way that aren't necessarily what they mean. And then 3, if you're still not happy about what the coach has to say, then you contact me. But I'm going to show you some core values here at the end of this presentation. just to show you this is what I want the students to be taking out of this. And we'll talk, we'll love it, and we'll work something out. And then if you don't like what I have to say, then you talk to the principal, and then superintendent, and then the school board. All right, so parents' job. Parents, I want you to know that winning is an outcome that we can't control. We can't control no matter how hard we try. Right? So let's not spend our time worrying about winning all the time. Let's worry about improvement and the things that we can control, which will be our core values. And please, I ask you to support no matter what, because that's one thing all of our kids need, is even let them know that they can still lose a game or still have a bad outcome, but let them know that you love them and support them unconditionally. And please just be positive towards the refs. Just please, I ask of you, just monitor yourself and know what you're doing at times in the stands, because your student will mirror you at times. And please give all coaches 24 hours to cool off, because we all have bad days at work. And I don't want anything to be said that we're in a bad state of mind that will be taken out of context, that we will regret the next day. So just please give coaches 24 hours to cool off, and then call them up, and then shoot them an email. Try to stay away from it, but then you can email them. So miscellaneous items, transportation to and from games. There's a form online, but I will be handing out forms to all coaches if they do not ride the bus home. Social media, students especially, be respectful. If you can't say it to your grandma first, then it's probably something you shouldn't post online. Parent portal. Parents, again, this is a way that you can help out your students and you can help out the school. It takes maybe 2 minutes to check. Just check it out every week and check in on your students to see where they're at. Pictures will be communicated in an email and be found on school calendar. And then please, 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 please communicate with us if you need a 5:30 shuttle to Waldorf, right? If you need to ride a shuttle bus to Waldorf, please contact our office. Then, this is towards the end of it, the Bulldogs Backer Association, which helped redo the gym floor, that fun night out, Bulldog night out. You'll see some wall wraps, hopefully during the school year. Some equipment, and they run the concession stands at football games. If you want to be a part of that fun stuff and help our school out, contact Holly Oliver, and I'm sure she would love to hear from you. Not going back to that slide, but going to our core value slide, this is what I want our students to learn through any activity, is to how to be disciplined, consistent, respectful, and responsible action. How to have a great attitude. We, over me, put the team before yourself and knowing your role. How to have grit, passion, and perseverance for your long-term goals. And finally, success. I define success as doing your best to become your best, because we are dogs and we want the students to be a dog. These are the core values. Finally, if you have any questions, here's my email, here's my phone number at the school, and here's Nancy's email and phone number at the school. She is awesome, does a great job, helps me out a ton, so I can't say enough great things about Nancy. Please communicate with her or myself if you have any questions. If you have questions with coaches, please contact me. And then finally, I bet you were wondering, what is this thing at the very end of it? Thank you so much for watching this and taking time out of your day. But one thing I want you to do is please ask your student what their goal is for this fall and email me what that goal is. So I want you to just take the time to ask your student what their goal is for this fall and email me what that goal is. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to comment on their goal. I just want you to know what your student's goal is for this upcoming season. And that's it. Just email me that goal, and then I'll count you off as watching this video. So again, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day.